Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
McGarvey on the bottom, 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. There's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again. Oh. Welcome everybody to Dover Motor Speedway, the Monster Mile for today's BTDY. Simulators Anonymous 130. It's concrete, 1 mile oval. It's going to be very tough to get around these guys. We've seen the pole sitters be pretty consistent. Tonight, it's no different. Anthony Pelican with a 23.38 lap time. To start on the pole, let's take you through your grid real quick. 98 car Anthony Pelican on the pole to his outside. The 31 machine of Alex Pelican. Cody Atkins is going to start in the second row in the third spot. With Daniel Cunningham in that 54. A win just around the corner for that 54 car. Daniel Cunningham having an outstanding season as well. take you on through your field. 46 car, Dallas Sullivan. He's going to start in the fifth position, actually, tonight with the 16 of Nick Gardner to his outside. 00. Kevin McGarvey going to be in the 7th spot with Jeremiah Vincent in 8th. Alan Dice, 5 car, going to be in 9th spot. And to round out your top 10, the 19 of Eric Lambert. Hello from the 19 pit. 11th spot's going to be the 12 of Michael Newman. 13th position, Dennis Steele. That 28 car, Thomas Brindle, 34. Going to start in the 13th position. 26 car, Christopher Santoni. 14th, 14 car, Nathan Ostrowski. In the 15th spot, Timmy Emanuele. In the 39 car, going to start 16th. Justin Carey, 17th spot. And not on grid, there he is. 1 car out there on the field, going to round out the field tonight in the 18th position. So here we go, 1 lap till green. Lights are out on the pace car. 98 car of Anthony Pelican set to go. I'd like to welcome everyone to the broadcast tonight. We have an announcement to make, and we'll probably make it about midway through the race, but right now we're set to grid, we're set to go. Monster Mile. 130 laps.
Green flag, green flag.
And there's the green flag. It's out. Geico restart zone. Wide open. Out of 4. And Anthony Pelican, Alex Pelican, side by side. Cody Atkins, Daniel Cunningham, side by side. Bottom is the preferred line around this track. Without a doubt. Definitely the place you want to be. You can hear these machines thundering around here. What's going to happen with a lot of these cars, they're going to get really loose off of turn 4. We've seen this time and time again. The other problem with this track, so we brought on board with Dallas Sullivan, there's walls on both sides of this backstretch that are really close together, and it's no different on the front straightaway. If there is an accident, car wallops the wall, comes off the corner, someone gets into someone, there's nowhere to go. It's a lot like Bristol. And we see a lot of chain reaction wrecks at this track. We got an all pink machine back here. Alan Dice. Look at that car. Affinity for Gaming Machine. Rocking a new paint scheme today. Kevin McGarvey has lost a couple spots here, and I don't know if he's having some issues. Qualified pretty decently. He's still up there in the top 10, but right now he's getting passed by Alan Dice and Nick Gardner pretty quickly, and he looks like he's falling off these leaders a little bit. So go back up front. Anthony Pelican, 31 car into the wall. Alex Pelican just trimmed it off of 4. The 8 of Cody Atkins barely missed that, and that's what we were talking about just a second ago, where these machines can hit the outside wall and there's nowhere for the guy behind you to go. Good heads-up move by the 8 of Atkins to not get into the 31 and make that any worse than it needed to be. 54 car back under fire, though, and it looks like maybe Alex Pelican is having some struggles here early in this race. Car of Atkins trying to get up there and catch Anthony Pelican. About 0.4 of a second back. Anthony Pelican having a great start to this race. Started on the pole. He's led all 7 of the laps we've ran so far. And the T-Sport dialed in, guys. Put this machine together really well. We've been talking about the confidence of these Pelican brothers. They've been working really well together all season long, and it's been kind of a battle between the two of who's going to lead the race for the last lap. Who's going to take the pole to start lap 1. But we've got some other guys that are starting to really turn up the heat. 54 car, Daniel Cunningham, he's started to put together a lot of top 3s. We've talked to him multiple times after post-race that a win is just around the corner. Another guy that's really turned his season around. His starting hasn't been an issue. It's the finishes. Dallas Sullivan starting to get those top 5s. So great to see him turn the season around. And then this guy right here, Nick Gardner, another dialed-in guy. but he's had consistent finishes. And unfortunately, last week, I think he missed the grid, ended up 4 laps down. But this week, he looks to turn that around and recover. Currently running in the 6th position. So your top 10 has kind of stayed the same all season long. I'd like to see some of these guys that start up there in the top 10 get a good finish. You got the 19 of Lambert, the 9 of Jeremiah Vincent. These guys have been really consistently in the top 10, but some detrimental situations always happening that puts them out of contention with less than 30 laps to go. We'll see what happens here. Dover's a tough track. We got the 12 of Newman here looking to the inside of Lambert for just a brief second. This is for the top 10. And he's got Dennis Steele right behind him. I think we're going to have a pretty big battle here from about 7th back. There's a pretty big gap between Alan Dice and the 46 of Dallas Sullivan, about a second separating those two. Another guy that's been kind of turning the season around, started finishing better, Thomas Brindle. We saw him running up front a big portion of the race at Pocono, and a really great drive at Talladega. Just one of the Achilles heels of this machine is he's always getting caught up in something else happening on the track, and we'd like to see Thomas Brindle get up there in that top 10 tonight, get the finish that he deserves. So there's through your field as best I can do. Lap 13, we got the 98, Anthony Pelican, Cody Atkins, and Daniel Cunningham, your top 3. 31 car hasn't fallen off too much, but he does have that right front damage. So he's going to have to nurse that machine here until green flag pit stops come around. Not a huge gap going back to all these guys. Nick Gardner looks like he's losing some ground to Alan Dice, and I thought by now we'd see the 9, the 19, the 12 maybe get up there and start challenging the 16 and the 00, but it would appear this car might be getting a little tight in traffic. You can see the 9 of Vincent going to the very bottom, trying to get some air on the nose of this machine. This is another one of those tracks, kind of like Darlington, where you come off the corner and there's a hump on the exit, and you can hear them float the throttle right here, where the car's transitioning to the flat part of the track. There's a big hump that really upsets the suspension. And a little bit higher line for the 00. You hear those RPMs pick up a little bit. Here's the 1 car of Zach Smith out there on the track right now. Still on the lead lap. He's got up to 15th spot, started in 18th tonight. And I think we had issues here. I think there was a car that maybe, I'm not sure who that is in front of the 1 car. Looks like the 21 car. Okay, Justin Carey. I thought the 16 had hit something. There's a little bit similar paint scheme with the pink on the side. I got a little confused there, chat. So Simulators Anonymous bringing you flag-to-flag coverage this season for the BTDY Contender Series. We much appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the Drivers Network America YouTube. I hope everyone that is subscribed is here with me currently. I know that's not possible, but I need to make an announcement that Vspeed and I will be merging for the remainder of this season and seasons to come. Just a viewer retention move on both our parts. We've got a entire league of people that have 2 separate broadcasting companies, and we would like to merge those 2 audiences together because a lot of the people that race in this series race in the Premier League as well, and the viewership is there for both. It's a little confusing, I think, originally having 2 separate broadcast companies. I've been talking with Vspeed's Adam Baker for a while now, and I think it's a smart move, both on our part and the league's part. And I think it will kind of alleviate some of the resources that I don't quite have when it comes to promoting, getting links and things like that out there. We're going to overhaul the graphics, the overlays, everything. Try to present to you the best that we possibly can. So that's official. It will be happening. This will be the last broadcast here on Drivers Network America. We will be bringing the archives over to the Vspeed YouTube in the weeks to come. So all the previous races, if you need to go back and watch those broadcasts, they will be uploaded to his YouTube in its own playlist. And you're going to see something very similar to what you're watching right now with Anthony Pelican 1.1 seconds ahead of Cody Atkins. Just a dominant race so far for this 98 car. Anthony Pelican doing a great job all season. And another clinic race at the Monster Mile. We talked about the confidence level of Pelican boys we're going to have here. Anthony knew he was going to do well. He puts a lot of time in practice, and it's showing right now. Last time by a 24.86. That'll put him as the fastest car on the track. Second spot, Cody Atkins losing a little bit of ground each lap. He's trying to get up there. He was within about half a second when Alex Pelican clipped the wall. I appreciate that, War Bovine. But again, it's one of those things. The merger, I think, will be a smart move. It's a smart decision. It alleviates both me and Adam's abilities, our specialties. Because I know that Adam has a lot going on his plate, and he doesn't quite have the free time to actually broadcast. And I love to talk. You guys know I love to talk. So I can do that any day of the week. And Adam's really good with the Twitter handles, the bots, and getting things promoted, setting up graphics, things of that nature. So I think it's just a good move. 31 car under fire here. 46 of Dallas Sullivan down to the bottom. So we do have some passing going on here on lap 26. That's going to move the 46 car up to the 4th spot. Right on the bumper, though. Alex Pelican did not want to give up that position. That's going to put him back at 5th. And next car for him to fall victim to, if it does happen, is the 16 of Gardner, who has gotten around Dice. In the midst of all my announcements. We had some passes for the top 10, and I missed them. 5-car Dice under fire now. Jeremiah Vincent looking to the inside. Double zero. Kevin McGarvey's going to roll up there. See if he can get up to Dice. This is 9th position right now. The other McGarvey boy not on the track tonight. 42 car nowhere to be found. Missed the race tonight. I believe that might have been the Pump King here in 1988. Not sure. I don't know everybody's YouTube handle, so if you are a driver out there throw your number up in the chat so I know who you are. A lot of these guys coming in here to watch this broadcast that weren't able to make the grid tonight. We had 18 cars. First car out of the race tonight. Christopher Santoni out. I believe he tagged the wall. Did some damage, took it to pit road. So here we go, through the field, 98 car. Anthony Pelican, Cody Atkins 2nd, Daniel Cunningham 3rd, Dallas Sullivan 4th, and Alex Pelican 5th. Wow, it's about 2.5 seconds now for Cody Atkins. See that gap coming out of 4. And that 46 car looks like he's hungry again. Dallas Sullivan all over the back bumper of Daniel Cunningham coming off of turn 2. Here's the pass for 3rd. Cunningham probably just going to let him go, and that's going to open the door for the 31 now. Oh, 46 car into the wall. Dallas Sullivan got the run and got around the 54, but then coming off of turn 4, hits the wall. That might slow that machine down a little bit. He was starting to get momentum towards Cody Atkins. Showing some long run speed for the 46. Band-Aid Machine's got a little bit of right side. Not too bad, but he is catching the 8. What a run the 46 gets into the corner. He enters really low. Almost looks like he's dragging the brake hard to get to that bottom. That's really helping him get ground on the 8. They see he overshoots it a little bit here into 1 and 2, but that drive off is going to be tremendous. Front end of this thing looks like it's really tight when it goes into the entry. It's sliding up the track. It's right on board again with the 46. Yeah, it looks a little tight, but look at this drive off. Once you get it to hook up, it's loose, and man, he's just getting a great run off the exits. He's braking and letting it rotate. Now here it goes, it's sucking down to the bottom. Maybe a little early on the throttle. Turn 4 can be very deceitful when you can actually get back to it, but 1 and 2, if you can time this just right on a double apex. '46 car maybe having some struggles now with that right side damage, not quite as fast as it was. 8 car Atkins starting to maintain that gap. But a massive gap here, 98, Anthony Pelican just in another time zone currently. Lap 38 out of 130. Daniel Cunningham running in the 4th spot. He hasn't lost R11. He got passed earlier. Now they're starting to widen out the gap. 16 car Nick Gardner starting to catch the 31. So this is a guy that's running the line that the 46 was running earlier. And that's where he was making up his ground. You watch this 16 car start to drive off the corner a little bit better. Maybe some long run speed here for Nick Gardner. So we start to tighten up this top 5. Jeremiah Vincent, also one of those long run cars. He started to tighten up, and about 6 seconds back from the leader, 1 second back from Nick Gardner. Alan Dice kind of falling off the pace. He's getting passed by the 00 Kevin McGarvey just now. So that was for the 8th spot. Put the 00 up 1 more spot. And then a big, huge gap back to the 19 car of Lambert. Almost a 4.5 second difference between these guys. It's going to be interesting to see. We've got a lot of laps left to go. They're going to probably pit at about the halfway mark. I'm guess about 78, 79 laps in. They're going to pit. And it's going to be a matter of who can get on and off pit road the fastest. Let's ride on board here. And you watch this pit road entry. Very tough to get down pit road here. You're on pit road right there. If you're not braking at that point, you're hitting the commitment cone. You're hitting the outside wall. Very tough pit road to get on and off of. But we're going to see who does it best as we wind down the laps. Lap 43, Anthony Pelican yet again. And there was the outside pole sitter, 31 of Alex Pelican. Tagged the wall, lost a couple spots, and has not recovered quite yet from that. And the 8 car, Cody Atkins, under fire. Here he goes to the inside. 46, Dallas Sullivan, passing him with ease. Atkins just let him go to the bottom. Maybe a crossover here off the exit of 4. Smart veteran move by Cody Atkins to get P2 back. Pit road has seemed to be an issue. Green flag pit stops. That's the thing. This league runs very clean and green. So the likelihood of a lot of cars coming down pit road at the same time, especially at tracks like Talladega, Daytona, where you're going to pit with your partner, things can get very, very hairy when you go from a $190 down to 60 miles per hour and all your buddies are next to you. You're putting a lot of faith in their abilities. 98 car putting a guy a lap down just now. I believe the 12 car of Newman Dennis Steele going to be a lap down now. Thomas Brindle. 12 car Newman actually on pit road here. So early pit for him. I think that's a little bit too early. Now we saw the 8 car get past, but he hasn't got any contest again. 54 Cunningham looked like he was looked to the inside of the 46 for a second there. This second through 5th position is getting really tight here, guys. And I'm liking this battle between 3rd and 4th right now. Daniel Cunningham trying to get that position back. Dallas Sullivan had that kind of mid-range speed, but it's since fallen off. Every time he tries to pass somebody, it seems like he loses a little bit and maybe gets tight on the exit, trying to get away from him. And he really had to lift coming out of 4. He was going to hit the wall. Very bold move, though, to pit that early. We were talking about the 12 and Newman. I don't know how that's going to pan out. 54 car to the inside. Sullivan now. Let's see if he can get the run off the exit. This 46 car is starting to fade a little bit. Here we go. Cunningham up to P3. I think he's going to be all right here. As once he gets in front of the car, these guys are getting really tight. It's going to be tough to get a run. 16, Nick Gardner just past the 31. Alex Pelican. Gardner's starting to show that long run speed that he's had all year. About 50 into the run. But he's got a lot of ground to make up on the leader, Anthony Pelican, who's about 6.5 seconds, 7 seconds now to this point. Atkins starting to navigate some lap traffic. He's got Daniel Cunningham following suit. Thomas Brindle up there on the outside. He's going to go 2 laps down now. 12 car Newman. Wow, nowhere to go here. We had a big cluster coming off of turn 4. Atkins navigated this traffic really well, but now it's 3 or 4 different cars at the same time trying to get by these guys. Vincent, Brindle, Pelican, all trying to get by each other. Navigate this traffic as best they can. McGarvey going to be next. And there's still some more cars up here. 12 car Newman's got newer tires. He's trying to get, 8 car hard in the outside wall off of 4. Really hard lick coming off of 4, and that's going to open the door for Daniel Cunningham on the outside. He's going to think better of it. I don't know that he wants to take that run or not off of 2. But now he's all over the bumper of the 8, and this is 2nd position. A lot of racing left to go in this. We've got the 31 car back here. He's trying to get passed by the 9 of Vincent. Vincent looking to the inside still. He looked to the inside and 1 and 2. 31 way up the track now. Alex Pelican maybe. Wow. Side by side across the line. I think Vincent's going to get around Pelican, but that was a tough battle. Put the 9 car up to 6th. Now let's go back up here to Dallas Sullivan, Daniel Cunningham, Nick Gardner, Cody Atkins. Again, 2nd through 5th position, right on top of each other. And if you're the 98 car, you're loving every second of it. 7.9 seconds ahead of Cody Atkins. 2nd position all the way probably back to about 9th. Has been really close to each other. All within about 5 seconds. Well, I tell you what, it's really tough to pass here. I can see this as we start to factor in Dallas Sullivan, the 16 of Nick Gardner to the inside. This is for fourth. And you can see how tough it is to just hang that outside line. Nick Gardner gets to the inside of the entry, and it really messes with your exit because you can't apex the same way. A lot of these guys are using that double apex to suck down to the bottom. If you're up there on the outside, you can't do that, and that turn 4 wall sneaks up quick. I think once a guy gets to your inside, you almost have to concede the spot or hit the wall. You see Cody Atkins getting past here. Daniel Cunningham up to second position now. We're coming up on lap 60. We're getting really close to a lot of these guys coming down pit road. 31 car coming out of pit road. Alan Dice is on pit road as well. He's coming out. Next takers. Let's see what else we got. We got some guys with fresher tires. This is going to mix things up for a little bit. Anthony Pelican still out on the track. So he's coming off of turn 2. You can see the 31 in front of the 98 right now. Actually, that's the 12 in Newman. I thought that was the 31. Kind of hard to tell, but yeah, that's the 12 in Newman. He had the fresher tires, but look how he's not able to really pull away from the leader. And there's going to be a good 20-lap difference if the 98 were to pit right now. And that difference is getting bigger and bigger. The 98 is going to have much fresher tires than the 12. And yes, the pit road will help Newman get back up there. But I think that was just a little too early for the 12. Pretty bold move. And it might put him in a cycle where he has to pit twice. I don't know. No other takers down pit road yet. The top 10 kind of shuffled around. Temi Emanuele going to find himself in the 10th position. Eric Lambert in the 9th spot. Justin Carey has not pitted. Kevin McGarvey, Jeremiah Vincent. So pretty much everyone up in that top 10 that's not a lap down currently has not hit pit road. We've got 2 laps down for Alex Pelican. He was on the verge of maybe a bad pit road. I'm not sure. He's coming back around the 98 now. So he's going to get one of those laps back with fresher tires. But we're approaching the halfway point. That's about the time I'd want to pit. I think maybe lap 75 or so would be the best bet. 65 to 70. If they can make it that far, we've got another car down pit road. 19 of Lambert. He's coming in. Long pit road here. And now Cody Atkins under fire by Nick Gardner. Wow, look at this turn in to get on pit road. I told you it's tough. It's tough. These guys sliding down in here. Let's ride on board with Nick Gardner. I believe he'll be pitting next time by. We've got Anthony Pelican on pit road as well. Cunningham, Atkins, Sullivan. Gardner definitely going to bring it down pit road this time by. Looks like Vincent's going to stay out for a lap here. Going to try to get a lap lead as he goes by Nick Gardner. So Vincent, one of the last cars, and Justin Carey still out there. Temi Emanuele, Hexa Carey coming down pit road now. Vincent probably pitting this time by. But he's going to push it one more lap. He's got a lot of cars that he probably should just let go. There he goes to the 34. I would let them go on around me so that it doesn't interfere with my pit road. Very fast 14 car going by. And that might have been the smoothest pit road entry at Dover I've ever seen. Nicely done, Jeremiah Vincent. So as it all cycles out, looks like 16 car Nick Gardner, he's back out on the track. 31 Alex Pelican, he might have reclaimed his spot. We'll see. I think this is going to be shown as your leader. And he pitted about 7-8 laps ahead of his brother, Anthony Pelican. Ice cold veins. Yeah, we're moving on. That was a really clean entrance. I like that a lot. But now we're all cycled through. 9 car coming off at pit road. Here comes the 31. Let's see how it all cycles out. I'm going to guess. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to guess that Alex Pelican, yes, as they go across the line, going to be scored P1. Jeremiah Vincent on the backstretch right now. He's going to fall back to about the 7th, 8th, 9th spot. Did get some laps led, though. Bonus points for that guy. 31 car. Alex Pelican 2 seconds ahead of this 98 machine who's coming strong. We're going to see that 7-8 lap difference in tires on this concrete surface. Very abrasive. Choose them up quick. What a turn off there for the 98. That lead is shrinking. Was at about 2 seconds when we first started talking about it. Now it's at 1.6. We're going to have to fix Nightbot. You're talking about a throwback. That was from last week for the vote. If you guys didn't vote, it's closed currently. Nightbot's still posting about it. But there are other commands if you'd like to see the current points standings. It's as simple as this. Type it up there. Just like that. And you can get the link for the current standings, unofficial, without these results. That's last week's standings. Brought to you by everyone here at BTDY. League stats, finishes, all that stuff can be found there as well. 98 car is hungry. He's got it less than a second. In just about 3 laps, it's down to 0.5 to Alex Pelican. Alex Pelican trying to recover, but I don't know what's going to happen yet. 12 car Newman, who pitted very early, currently being shown in the 4th position. He's got Daniel Cunningham coming up. Just got by him, so the 12 is going to fall back to 6th. Cody Atkins, who is running in that top 3 just before pit road. He's now back in the 5th position. And the 5 car Alan Dice, who must have had an excellent pit road entry, now being shown in the 3rd position. Made up a lot of time. I learned absolutely nothing. Now I can tell you this, Terminator 2, great movie. But after that, I just couldn't follow it. I just couldn't keep up. It's another one of those movies, kind of like the Fast and the Furious movies. We didn't really need 9 of them, but we're going to get them, you know? Anthony Pelican back to the lead. He's stretched it out to about 1.5 seconds. Hasn't looked back since. Started on the pole, led all the way up to lap 65, and he's not looked back. 53 laps to go. In your top 3, Anthony Pelican, Alex Pelican, Alan Dice. Daniel Cunningham in 4th, Cody Atkins 5th. Nick Gardner, who showed that long green flag speed. He's going to have to do it all over again. Racing with Dallas Sullivan right now for the 6th spot. Now Dallas got around him. So put Dallas Sullivan up to 6th position. Let's see if the 46 car can get back up there. 20 laps into the run. He seems pretty quick. Double zero Kevin McGarvey's running in the 8th spot right now. Solid top 10 night for this double zero car. And the right side of this machine's clean. He's kept it off the wall tonight, so that's part of it. That's about 50% of this race. Jeremiah Vincent, who got that really smooth. We got the 12 car all the way up in the wall back here. Michael Newman all the way up to the outside of turn 4 wall, and I thought he was going to hit it. Not sure if he just got really tight, but this car is struggling. He's trying that high line, and it's not working. This is a product of pitting so early for Michael Newman. These tires are spent. He's having to let guys by. He's probably used it up a little bit trying to keep up with them too. So 12 car, one-stop race. I think he's going to have to pit again if he's going to have any pace with these guys. He's the last car on the lead lap, and we don't have to go back very far to find the 98, who's going to probably catch him within the next 2 or 3, because there's a 20-lap difference in tires right here. So he's pulling it down pit road now. Michael Newman knew he was going to go a lap down. He was going to go 2 down now, but he will have fresher tires. He will be able to get back around the 98, but man, I don't know. Now they're going to have a 20-lap difference the other way. It's a bold move. I don't know that making this race 2 stops is going to pay off, but we'll see. 98 Pelican boys just on a clinic right now. Daniel Cunningham found his way back up to the 3rd position. Alan Dice has fallen back to 5th. Cunningham having another solid night. He knows these wins are right around the corner. Rowdy Energy Machine finishing 3rd, finishing 2nd. He's getting frustrated, I know, but another top 3 performance for the 54, and this is really helping him out in the points. So again, reminder, if you guys are not subscribed to the Vspeed Broadcast Network over on YouTube, type in Vspeed right now. Go over there and search it. Go ahead and subscribe. That will be the new home for Drivers Network America as we merge over. The last broadcast here at DNA. The overlays are going to change. The owner of the channel is going to change. But the voice, the action, the broadcast, same time, same people. Hope you enjoy it. And this is in my opinion, a great merge. It's a good move. And it will help me focus more on bringing you guys the race and broadcast that you deserve. So, again, reminder, Vspeed, go check them out. Go over there and subscribe. And we'll bring you flag-to-flag coverage. The rest of the Contender Series will be carried over. All the previous broadcasts, as the weeks progress, we'll get that all transferred and make it as painless as possible. This is going to require a lot of work on our end, a lot of hustling, but you guys shouldn't notice much of a difference other than the resources. Adam Baker does a great job over there at Vspeed, and really excited to start broadcasting and helping them out. So Anthony Pelican with 42 to go. Unless something crazy dramatic happens, he's got this thing pretty locked up. 7 seconds ahead of Alex Pelican. It's insane how well this clean air has worked for the 98 tonight. He's been able to get on and off pit road, navigate lap traffic. We've got 10 cars left on the lead lap. The first car a lap down would be the 14 of Ostrowski. Eric Lambert having a rough night tonight. He'll be the second car a lap down. He's actually catching the 14, though. That'll be for the 11th position. Justin Carey at threat right now of going a lap down, but hasn't done it yet. Then we work up to Jeremiah Vincent, who is about 5 seconds ahead of Justin Carey in that 9 car. He stayed out about 2 laps longer than the 98, but the tire difference hasn't quite shown itself yet. 00 Kevin McGarvey. He's going to be another 4 seconds ahead. And we talked about that smooth pit road entrance for the 9 car, but it looked like maybe it was a little bit slower being that smooth, because he lost a lot of time. Came in first, came back out, barely holding on to the top 10 for Jeremiah Vincent. And now the 00 is still holding on. He's right on the back bumper. He's within a couple car lengths of the 16 and Nick Gardner. Let's see what happens as the run progresses. I'd say with about 15 laps to go, as fresher tires are moving by, Dennis Steele 3 laps down. He's probably pitted again. But as we get down and wind about 15 laps left in this race, you're going to see a couple of these guys, particularly this one right here, start to pick up some more positions. And you see the 5-car Alan Dice, he's brought it back down pit road. So this might be a 2-stop race. Some of these guys are going to try to push it. You see the 98 putting the 21 a lap down. Eric Lambert able to get up into the top 10 now. So the 19 having a turnaround. Some of these guys might be electing to pit just because the tires are so bad that they feel they can make up more ground. I don't know. Battle here between the 16, the 46. Gardner, he's got Newman, he's got fresher tires. These guys are going to have to be patient. This is the top 5 in front of them. I know it's hard to work this patience, but you got a good 20, 30 lap difference in tires. You're going to have to just kind of hold yourself up a little bit. The 12 and Newman going around Sullivan. Dice to the bottom. What a difference these laps are making on these tires. The concrete surface chewing them up. And now, open up the door. Nick Gardner. This is for 4th spot right now, guys. And less than a second separating Cody Atkins in this bunch. I think Atkins is going to be under fire here soon. Atkins trying to hold that bottom. Dennis Steele, 12 and Newman. They're doing a great job giving each other room, playing in their attack perfectly. Manueli got a little bit fresher tires as well. He's going to be the next one. But having to change your line, that's really hurting the 8-car of Atkins right now with these guys going by. And that's allowed Daniel Cunningham to start pulling away a little bit. My biggest fear right now is that some of these guys that are navigating around the slower cars with the older tires, maybe a bad plan, early pass, or meeting them in the wrong end of the corner, causing an accident, taking out one of these leaders. It is very much a possibility here. Eight-car into the wall. This is what we were just talking about. Emanuele coming off of turn 2. Got a little close. That opens up the door for Dallas Sullivan. Nick Gardner looked like he was going to try it as well. Now they're side by side off of turn 4, and Cody Atkins is going to lose a couple positions. Oh, there's contact. 8-car into the wall on the inside. No yellow. We're staying green. Cody Atkins. We're going to go back and take a look at that. Here they come off of turn 2, and you can see Nick Gardner's to the inside as they exit the corner. It just gets a little too close, a little contact. The 8-car hard in the inside wall. I'm really surprised the yellow didn't come out for that. But no caution. I know the overlay says caution. We never had a caution for that. The 8-car is back out. Down to the 7th position, a lap down now. Nick Gardner, who was running in the 4th spot at that time. Well, running in 5th spot, that got around, and he's lost about a second and a half to Dallas Sullivan. Kevin McGarvey is actually Moved up to the 5th spot now. But he's got the 31 of Alex Pelican catching up to him. So a little shuffle here for this top 5. I would like to go back one more time just to take a look at that. And we want to see this on board with the 16 car. I mean, it's really hard to judge who hit who here. We don't have the greatest camera angle of this accident. I think the chase cam is going to show you the best. That's just a tough call there. But Cody Atkins falling back to the 7th spot. He's got the 5-car Allen Dice going by him on the inside. Atkins with a lot of front-end damage, and that thing's probably not wanting to turn very well, but still a top 10 night for Cody. It's a shame he falls out of the top 3 there, and just kind of had a tough go at it the second half of the race. But as we progress, 13 seconds separate Anthony Pelican back to Daniel Cunningham. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We're going to bring you the last 15 to 20 laps uninterrupted here on Drivers Network America.
Sailor Tower Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today. "17 laps to go. Anthony Pelican, your leader. 13 seconds separating him and Daniel Cunningham. We go back to the second position here. Dennis Steele getting passed by Daniel Cunningham. And this lead has been about consistent. Daniel's not losing much ground to him anymore, but what a shuffle we've had here in the top 5. Daniel Cunningham, Dallas Sullivan, Nick Gardner. There's Kevin McGarvey. Your top 5. Last car being scored on the lead lap is the 9 of Jeremiah Vincent. And with 15 laps to go, the guys that made this race a one stop and go
seem to have benefited the most. Unfortunate series of events for the 31 tonight. The 8. And man, the 8 car really tight off of 4. He's still struggling with that machine. Alan Dice, who was up in the top 5, he's back to 12th, a lap down. So some of these guys that elected to pit early now struggling. And that's a product of the 98 just having cleaner air and having fresher tires as we wind this thing down. Simulators Anonymous 130 at Dover, presented by Simulators Anonymous and everybody here at BTDY. I would like to thank you all for coming out and watching this broadcast. And again, reminder to go over to Vspeed to subscribe so you never miss a single race as we bring you the rest of the season. Looking really good here in this current points battle. The two Pelican boys have been going back and forth at it, and the 98 of Anthony Pelican looks like he's going to seal the deal here tonight. So we're coming up on 10 to go. Post-race interviews with your top 3. Cunningham just right around the corner. I can tell you that this guy is hungry for a win. He would love to be able to seal the deal and get one done, but just hasn't quite had the luck yet. This guy's got a couple wins under his belt. Got Atlanta, or Las Vegas, rather, a few weeks ago. Finds himself in the 4th position, trying to get up there to Dallas Sullivan. We still got a lot of shuffling around. This cars that are a lap down. Kind of hard to see who's close to each other. You see Dennis Steele running 3 laps down in 15th in between these two. He's going to move up out of the way for Nick Gardner. And we said earlier, Gardner hard, and oh man, he's got tight. I thought he was going to hit that a lot harder than he did. But he did clip the exit of turn 2 wall. Curse to the camera on board. Sullivan looking at his rearview mirror. He feels pretty confident. About a second separating these two. And then another second separating the 54. And again, this gap staying right around the 13.3 mark for the 98. Who's coming off of turn 4 right now. 7 laps to go. Lap traffic, like you said, making things spicy, and we haven't seen a caution, but we almost did. We've went green this entire race for 123 laps. Now 124 as Anthony Pelican comes off of turn 4. Just a dominating performance. Dominating season so far for Anthony Pelican. The least amount of mistakes, I think, of any driver so far this season. And he's really got these mile and a half tracks dialed in. 5 laps to go. Go back and talk about Daniel Cunningham. The wind's just right around the corner. He's had some solid top 3 finishes. This could be another second place for him this season as he works his way into the points battle. 54 car looking very promising to be in the top 10 when it comes crunch time. Dallas Sullivan putting it all together here tonight. He's had a string of top 5, top 10 starts. Just hasn't been able to string together the top 5 finishes. And here's Dallas Sullivan sitting up in the top 3 with a podium tonight. Nick Gardner. Unfortunate week last week. Great rebound for the 16 as we come up on 3 to go. And then Jeremiah Vincent, who pitted very late in the 5th spot. Would have liked to have seen him use those three lap tire advantage against some of these guys, but it's since fallen off and evened out. Kevin McGarvey, 00, solid performance for him. Last car on the lead lap. Isn't a threat, but 2 laps to go. I don't know if the 98 will press the issue or not. But Kevin McGarvey going to have a top 10 here. So an excellent drive for him, and he's still on the verge. He could put together a top 5 if something happened up in front of him. Here we go, 98 car taking the white flag. 1 lap to go. He just has to do it one more time. Not going to press the issue with the 00. Dominating performance. Anthony Pelican looking clean. Kept the right front on it. Comes off of turn 4. T-Sport to victory lane. Dialed in racing. 98 of Anthony Pelican. Finishing it here, Simulators Anonymous 130, taking the win. Second position, Daniel Cunningham. Third spot, Dallas Sullivan. Top 3. Post-race interviews coming right up. But we're going to go to the front stretch and burn it down. Your winner takes the checkered. We're going to get down there in victory lane with the 98 machine just momentarily. Dallas Sullivan, 46 car on pit road. We'll get caught up with him as well. But we're down here in BTDY victory lane. Simulators Anonymous 130 winner Anthony Pelican. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So we were looking, man, it's just putting on a clinic lap after lap. This thing was just clean and green. You had nobody in front of you and navigating lap traffic better than anyone else. How does it feel to get the monster mile under your belt?
It feels great. Shout out to everybody for a nice, clean race. I absolutely love the fact that it went green, as you could tell. But man, this thing it felt really good tonight.
We saw you driving it a little bit different than everyone else. A lot of guys were coming in high and driving it low on the exit, and you seem to be below that middle and keeping it low all the way through the corner. Do you think that the clean air might have had some of the factor with that, and that made it to where you could pull out away from these guys?
Yeah, that, and it allowed me to drive it a little bit harder in and kind of roll the center and then get back in the gas, try to save the right front a little bit. I feel like them guys entering a little higher and having to cut it back down to the bottom to get off the corner, we're kind of just wearing the right front a little bit, where I just was letting the track kind of turn the car.
So a one-stop race, and we talked about some of these guys double pitting, and that kind of destroyed their entire race. You put everyone but the top 6 a lap down here tonight. Just an excellent performance.
Yeah, I tried to just kind of ride around there towards the end and not get too crazy and hit the wall or something.
Well, you look good out there tonight, Anthony, and another great performance helping you out in the points. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's victory?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my wife. It's actually our anniversary tonight, so her letting me race tonight, I figured I had to do something special, and winning by 13 and a half seconds and lapping basically all the way up to sixth, I feel like qualifies for that.
Yeah, I mean that's fitting. Congratulations on the anniversary. I don't think that mine's gonna feel the same way on the 7th of this month if I decide to race. I don't think that's gonna work out. But yeah, man, hey, everybody's interests are different. Appreciate your time and congratulations, my guy.
Thank you guys, and thank you for putting on an awesome broadcast.
Anytime, man. Hey, and if you haven't heard, we're going to be merging with Vspeed. So, quick reminder, if you're not already subscribed, I assume you are. That's where our new home's going to be. So, hope to talk to you next week.
All right, awesome deal, and definitely already subscribed to Vspeed. Anybody that's watching, subscribe, like, and keep watching.
10-4. So there's your winner tonight, Anthony Pelican. Just clinic, just a clinic. Congratulations to him on an awesome performance. We're catching up on pit road down here with Daniel Cunningham, the 54 car. Man, it's right around the corner. We've been talking about it for weeks after weeks after weeks, and another second place finish for Daniel Cunningham. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
So you just, man, 13 and a half seconds. That's hard to overcome. A lot of this lap traffic. There was a lot of different pit strategies, but you're able to get up there in the top three. It's just that 98 car never looked back, and he was able to run away.
Yeah, he was definitely in his own zip code as he has been a lot of times this season. Um, you said it. We've talked about it. Been close a bunch of times. I don't even know if I would really consider this one close or if I was just best in class with this one. Yeah, he's definitely class of the field right now. Him and Alex both are pretty much week in and week out. So that's the carrot we're all chasing right now.
Well, I tell you, man, it looks like the qualifying's right. The performance through the race, keeping it clean. You're one of the few cars that didn't rip the right front off of this thing, and you navigated the lap traffic really well. It's a mind game. You've got the speed. I know you do. It's just so. What does it take? What does it take?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And it's funny because you started off with saying another second place. I finished second 5 times over the last 8 days between all the leagues that I run. So, I mean, it's definitely good that you're that close, but damn if it don't get frustrating after a while. I mean, it's really just, keep doing what I'm doing, try to find that little bit of speed that I need. I mean, 13 and a half seconds is a lot, but over the course of 130 laps, I mean, when you break it down on a lap by lap basis, we were, I think, looking at the average lap times, he was about a tenth a lap faster than me over the course of the race. So, it sounds like a lot because it's all the long green flag runs. I mean, it's just a little bit, but that little bit adds up a lot over the course of the race. So, just got to keep putting myself in position. I mean, especially at this track. Dover is not one of my favorite tracks. It's not one of my better tracks. I think last time I ran Xfinity cars at Dover was probably about a year or so ago when I first started iRacing. So, I mean, all things considered, to come out with a second place, definitely happy with that.
Well, we're going next week. We're looking at the schedule here. I was going to bring it up real quick. Make sure I don't get it wrong. But we're in the Contender Series here. We'll bring this up on screen for everybody to look at. Right now, we're at Dover. Next week, we're going to be racing at Charlotte for 150 laps, Contender Marathon. And do you have anything for him there? I know this is a mile and a half, and it's a little more common.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I'm looking forward to. We ran one of the preseason races at Charlotte, and Anthony and I ended up winning the race, but because Anthony's internet dropped out with I think 2 laps to go. But me and him were having a really good battle for the duration of the race. I mean, we traded the lead back and forth a handful of times. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's the long races like that I really like. It seems like those tend to play into my strong point a little bit of being able to just take care of it. So we'll go out next week and see what we can do.
Well, rowdy energy on the hood. You got anybody else you'd like to thank here for tonight's? I mean, dude, it's a great performance.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And thanks for the kind words and encouragement there, and appreciate you putting on the broadcast. Do a phenomenal job with it. I think I say that every week, but you really do a good job with it. Thanks to all the admins putting everything on, all of our league sponsors. I don't have the list in front of me, so I can't remember who they are at the moment, but just appreciate everything everybody in the league does. I got a lot of good teammates here and over in my other league that I run with JC Motorsports, Reaper Racing. Got a lot of guys that I lean on that give me a lot of input and help me out a lot. And definitely wouldn't be running as well as I am without any of them. So appreciate all of them too.
Well, Martin Sports Simulators Anonymous Affinity for gaming. We got Sailor Tarot Magic, Bush League Bound, Dialed In Racing, all the people that bring this broadcast, and particularly Simulators Anonymous Contender Series, BTDY. We thank you guys. And Merger, we're going over to Vspeed for next week's race. So if you're not subscribed to their channel, all the archived races will be moved over there. It's official now, and we look forward to seeing you next week, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Looking forward to it.
All right, so there it is. Daniel Cunningham, second place finish, and this is going to help him in the points, but I know he's getting frustrated. He's been working hard. So, the guy that we haven't talked too much this season, we've caught up with him on pit road, Dallas Sullivan, finally putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Dallas, you got a copy?
How you doing?
All right, so here it is, man. We're sitting third position. You're up in that top 5 all race long. It just, it played out right this time.
Yes, all the pieces came together. I recognized pretty early that I'd hopefully be able to do the race on one stop if we went green the whole way, and had to save a little bit of fuel there to make it work. But we did make it work, and I was very grateful for it to go green the whole way. I got a couple lucky breaks with Cody got in the wall a little early, or a little middle of that second run, and kind of gave me a spot there, but. Yeah, it was a real fun race, great battle with Daniel and Nick and Cody at the start.
Well, this thing was just in its own time zone at some point. You had a pretty big gap between everyone, and then it seemed like midway, 20, 30 laps into the run, you started catching these guys. And was that just a product of saving the tires a little bit, or?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah, the first run we were kind of got spaced out a little bit, and then all of a sudden there was like 5 of us all together, and I was like, oh man, I gotta drive this thing a little bit again to not lose too much track position here. And then as the pit stops came up, it seemed like we got a little bit more spaced out. And then man, I've lost a ton of time on coming into pit road because I know how tough Dover is getting onto pit road, so I was trying everything I could not to ruin my race with speeding penalty or unsafe pit exit, and I didn't have enough fuel to make another lap, so I had to get it right. And fortunately lost about 2 or 3 seconds on Cody and Daniel. I was never able to make that back up.
Well, you finished this race in third spot, put it all together, finally, getting that finish that you deserved with the qualifying. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Dallas?
Yeah, thank you up in the broadcast booth. I appreciate your time each and every week putting this on. Thanks, Alan, and all the admins that kind of spend their afternoons putting all this together. Shout out to my mom and dad back home watching, and appreciate all the viewers that stick around.
10-4, and just a quick announcement. We're reminding everybody we're merging over, and this is the third time I think I've mentioned it, that we're moving over to Vspeed. So next week, if you're not subscribed to that channel, go over there and hit them up. We'll be presenting the same coverage with just a little bit more resources.
Man, that's awesome that you're on the Vspeed network. Adam's going to take good carry over there. You'll got the races on Tuesday with the Premier Series. He does a little bit of broadcasting on Thursdays with the BMW League, BMW Car Club League. That's good to watch every once in a while. So, real excited for you.
I'm excited too, my guy. It's I'm thinking that this is the beginning of something beautiful, and I look forward to talking to you next week. And we're gonna turn the season around one lap at a time.
Here we are. We got the drop weeks in the points now, so we know where we're at, and we got kind of the home stretch of the season, and can just put it all together now.
10-4 Dallas. All right, man. We'll look forward to it in Charlotte next week. We'll see you there.
I appreciate you. Have a nice night.
You too. So there's your third place driver, Dallas Sullivan. It's been a great broadcast. It's been a great series of races. Drivers Network America. This isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of something new. I think we're looking forward. We're looking up. Vspeed, go subscribe. New home. Drivers Network America merging over. BTDY, Simulators Anonymous 130 at Dover is concluded. I would like to thank you guys for all your time. Again, go over there, subscribe to Vspeed. We'll see you next week. Everybody take care. Have a good night. Kyle McGarvey on the bottom, 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. There's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again.
Double zero is going to
Yeah, oh,